right. Well, I want to follow up a little bit on the video I showed in the washroom at the Smiths Falls Town Hall. The town of Smiths Falls Town Hall with the little collection box there for the for used feminine hygiene products. It is a men's room. It isn't a co-ed washroom. I've seen those in co-ed washrooms, and that makes sense to me because everybody uses those. The independent grocery store where I go sometimes has a co-ed washroom. It's just, you just close the door and there's only one toilet and sink in there and stuff, and you just close the door when you're using it so nobody's going to come in. And it's used by both genders, and yeah, they have one of those, and that makes sense. I get that. I'm not, I mean, I can see where that makes sense. The thing is, though, a lot of people, if you bring up how stupid all this stuff is, they'll say, well, how's it hurting you? Like, what difference does it make if they put a thing in the men's room to collect sanitary napkins? To collect soiled feminine hygiene products. I'm going to tell you exactly how it hurts me. It hurts me because as a citizen, I look at that, it's wasteful. For one thing, it's taxpayer money. The taxpayers paid for that box, and the taxpayers paid somebody to install the box. And I guess there'll be some payment to the custodial staff to maintain it as part of their job, although there really won't be much maintenance, because what are the odds that bag is ever going to have anything in it? That paper bag that they line the thing with, it's never going to have anything in it. So all they'll have to do, I guess, is flip up the lid and look just to confirm that there's nothing there, and then go about their day. But the thing is, still, though, it is tax money being wasted, and it isn't just on that one box. It's on so many other things. Like they waste so much taxpayer money on stupid causes and on delusional stuff. Well, we gotta do this because we have to be inclusive, and what if a transsexual man is in and all this? Well, no, it's just foolishness is what it is. And the other part of it is, too, it isn't just a waste of tax dollars. It's also the idea that we are required to participate in a collective delusion. As a society, we're expected to participate in a collective delusion. Look, men do not menstruate. Men don't get pregnant. Men don't have babies. Men impregnate women, When men have sex with women, they impregnate them. And the woman has actually carries the baby to term and gives birth to it. A man does not give birth. A man fertilizes the egg, and that's, from a physical point of view at least, that's the end of the man's job. Now, that doesn't mean that the man as a father doesn't have lots of work to do and lots of jobs as a father. But the actual part that involves, holy shit, okay, that truck just pulled in there, nearly clipped the front of my truck. Anyway, sorry about that. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. He came so close. Anyway, the bottom line is it's requiring society to participate in a collective delusion in what amounts to mental illness. And that is not good for society. Now, I'm a member of this society. As much as it pains me to say it, I'm a member of this Canadian society with all its crazy stuff that it's doing now. And so it does affect me because it affects society. It affects the atmosphere in which I live. I don't want to live in a mental institution. I really don't. And I feel like that's where I'm at some days, living here with all this foolishness. The other irony to the whole thing is, in federal government office buildings, office buildings that are ran by the federal government with federal government offices in them, it's now the law, they have to provide free feminine hygiene products in the men's room. So if you go into a men's room in a federal office building, federal government office building, you will see a little basket there with complimentary sanitary napkins and tampons. So, this is in the men's room. Now, yeah, okay. Women who actually need that stuff, they pay for the nose for that stuff. They don't get it for free. And they're the ones who use it. I mean, when's the last time you saw a man stuffing a tampon up his pecker? Or whatever. I mean, it doesn't happen. Like, what are we doing here? It's insanity. So, they're not providing free stuff for women. As far as I know, they're not. Anyway, I've never heard any talk of them providing free supplies for women. But for men, if you're a man, I mean, I can tell you now, if I was a woman and I was working for the federal government and my male coworkers were getting free feminine hygiene products provided in the washroom, but yet I have to pay for mine. I have to bring mine in, or I have to put a coin into a vending machine in the washroom or whatever to get mine. You can be damn sure I would resent that. And if I was a man working in a building like that, I think what I'd end up doing is taking that little basket full of tampons and pads and putting it into a common area. I'd take it right out of there. I put it in the common area, so that the women who actually use that stuff and need that stuff and use it could have access to it. And I'd probably get fired for that. That would probably be a hate crime. They'd say you're hating on they'd say you're hating on the transsexual people by doing that, And you're not going along with our mental illness, with our delusion. And we can't have that, Anyway, it is crazy. And like I say, people say, how does it hurt you? Well, that's how it hurts me. That's actually exactly how it hurts me, because it means that I'm living in a mentally ill society. That's what it means. I'm living in a society where mental illness is the norm. And that's not a healthy society to live in. And, I don't want to live in an unhealthy society, because there's a whole bunch of spin-off effects that come from that as well. And like I say, it isn't just that one box in a men's room in a little hole-in-the-wall town hall in Smiths Falls, a little hole-in-the-wall town in Smiths Falls, Ontario. It's right across the country. There's a lot of money being spent, just to indulge a delusion. Anyway, that's my answer to anyone who says, how's it hurting you? What business is it of yours? How's it hurting you? That's what business it is of mine, and that's how it's hurting me. All right, we'll talk later.